So in the last lesson, what we were looking at the ability to call over to classes and adjust the font color. And we also added in these hyperlinks. So we did, if the tag is an anchor or a hyperlink, and if it's got a link, then the color is red. If it's visited link, then the color is red. And when you're hovering over any 8 tags, the background is going to be blue. So you can see that we can also select each one of these individually. So we can do something like any list item is going to be red. So that's going to change all of those list items to red. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to comment all of this out. And going back into the commenting, when we want to comment in CSS, all we have to do is do the slash and the star symbol, which is, I believe, Shift 8. So you could, or the asterisk. So you can comment that out in CSS as well. And then so this isn't going to take place. And when we go back to it, we see that in fact the list item is red and the content in there, but the hyperlinks are still being overwritten by the default of hyperlinks, which is to be blue. So if we do want to have and set those hyperlink colors, then we have to specify them specifically. And also we can be more specific if we've got list items in different parts of our web page and we want to be really specific with only these list items. So if we had a whole bunch of additional list items maybe within our content area and we want to be really specific, actually I'm going to pull that out of that H2 tag and it's going to place it in there. So if we want to be more specific and we want to only select the ones that are available within nav, we could do it within this type of format. So selecting nav as the tag and then selecting the list item within there. You see that once I do apply that tag, these ones now, this goes black, this goes back to default, and we're only applying this particular color and tag or this particular value is only being applied to list items that have a parent that's nav. And you can also be more specific. So if you did want to break it down, because we do have an additional tag there. So we have unordered list. So if one of them was, say for example, an ordered list and an unordered list, just show you what happens there. So if we want it to be more specific, because we don't want to apply it to these list items, we only apply it to the unordered list. So we could do a UL, and then again that's another way to be more specific with your selectors and really pick out those list items that you want to target. So again, it does take a little bit of planning when it comes to CSS and being able to target and better identify your list items. And those are essentially the 3 different ways that you would be attaching. So for IDs, you would just do it like this. For class, you would do it like that. And for tag, it's just simply the tag. And you could just do it like that. And then these all get applied to the different elements.